Loney, and I'm here today. Got something great I want to share with everybody. Today we're launching our new program, our new community, and this is for men called Rise. Rise is a community where we encourage, we inspire, but also we want to walk with men to help them to know that they have someone who's going to walk with them to walk into their purpose, their plan of what they've been destined to be. And so we're going to share a little bit about what this looks like. So we got men from all over the world who's going to be tied into Rise, and we want to welcome you. And so today we're going to take a few moments of your time just to give you the introduction and who I am. Just to let you know, my name is Stephen Loney. I'm in the Carolinas area, and I've been a part of men's groups, men's ministries, and men's for over 20 plus years. I myself found myself in a place where I didn't know that this was destined to happen, but we're here now, 20 years in the game, and we want to really do our best duty to help men to be their fullest potential. So if you wouldn't mind, we're going to entertain you with sharing some information through slides. So if you can, let's bring some slides up. We're going to share with the guys what this looks like. All right. So check this out. Wherever you are, let me just see who's some of the places that you're in. So if you don't mind, wherever you are, whether you're on social media or on YouTube, let me just get you in the chat. Share a little bit about yourself. Share where you calling in from or where you checking in at. And we want to make sure we continue connecting with you. So if you can, drop your information in the chat while my team bring up my slide so we can go ahead and get right to it. So we want you to make sure that you understand and can learn more about what we're about. And also you see on the screen, we have a QR code. We want you to scan that QR code because that right there will give you information more about who we are, so you can be able to do your research, be able to learn a little bit more of what we're about, because we have a community that's designated to help us. And so what I'm about to do is kind of give you a little insight of who we are and where we're moving to. We currently have a Monday's call called Men on the Rise. For the last year or so, we've been showing up every Monday, encouraging, inspiring men through our Monday's call called Men on the Rise. And so with Men on the Rise, which we're now developing, this is our first day in the trenches where we started our new course in our community called Rise. And so what is Rise? Rise stands for Resilience, Impact, and Strive to Empower. So that's what we're about. We're about execution. We're not just about meeting this to be meeting, but we're talking about opportunity to reach our fullest potential by transforming our lives to be who we've been called to be. And so that's what we are, Rise. So it's an acronym for Resilient, Impact, Strive to Empower. All right. And so let's get to the next one. All right. With that, again, scan that QR code. If you're interested in learning more about who we are, we want you to be in a part of this with us. All right. And so a little bit more about myself. I've myself found myself in different times. Let me just kind of widen my screen a little bit more so I can see what my slides look like. All right, there we go. I'm going to move myself to the small corner, if you can, and I want this to kind of be full circle for me. All right, there you go. All right, so y'all can see this a little better. All right, so again, my name is Stephen, and I live here in the Carolinas, but I found myself at one point in time in my early 20s being stuck, not really understanding who I am, who I was at the time. I found direction. I felt like didn't have no direction. Also, I felt like I was doing a lot of things alone. I felt like I was trapped, and I didn't really have clear understanding of what my future was going to be. I knew I was going to do something great in life, but I didn't know how. And I know a lot of us as men probably feel the same way. I may have felt the same way. And that's where this hunger, this desire came about. Because at some point in time, I had some other men in ministry and in the community and different businesses I was a part of. They actually took me by the hand. They actually helped mentor me, helped me in different areas to help me to realize you don't have to do this thing by yourself. But if you're hungry, we can actually walk beside you to help you in these different areas. So I grew in certain areas in my church. I became a deacon. I became a leader over the men's ministry, and then became mentor of different programs. And I've grown over the years in different facets to where now I've been at least 20 plus years in doing these type of activities in different ranges, from in the church and outside, even in the prisons. I now serve in several different prisons where I go in and work with men on a regular basis, because it's not just a job, but it's more of a passion. It's my calling. And when you find out that you've been called to something, sometimes you may run from it, but guess what? You're eventually gonna have to face it. And that's what we realize. This is why we're here, to help men to realize with that purpose, that calling they have on their life, and how to walk into it. And so we're going to share with you a little bit about how, if that's you, how you can connect with us and we can help walk through that. And so men or women who are watching this, let me ask you to do one thing for me. If you know you're hungry for something better in your life, let me just ask you to do this one word in the chat: purpose. We're going to talk about it, but I want you to realize this is what we're building on. We're building on purpose. We're not just doing it by accident, but everything we're doing has a purpose. And so if you wouldn't mind, put that in the chat because we're going to deal with it. All right. Go to the next slide, please. All right. And so again, we're here to walk beside you because when we walk together, you'll never be alone. And the different things that some of us as men, again, deal with, sometimes we feel like we isolated. We're walking this life by ourselves. We don't have anyone who now is wanting to do better to run to. We can always go back to the streets or go to other places when we want to do something that's not the best for us and get help and support there. But when we're striving and wanting to do better for ourselves, we feel like we don't have anyone to turn to. The ones that we should turn to, sometimes I can't talk to them about it. But now you have a place. Not only that, sometimes we feel like what we want is unclear. We want better, but what the better look like? we just feel like the map is not clear. The destination is not in front of us. We don't know exactly where we're heading to. We just know we want better and not have a destination in mind. And that's what we want to do. We want to just we want to help you to identify what is that direction, what does that better look like for you. And also, a lot of time we as men, we don't have real accountability. Accountability does not mean someone who's pointing a finger at you, telling what you need to do and be almost like a drill sergeant. That's not the accountability we're talking about, but someone who can help raise your arms, who can be there to kind of hold out their hand, to kind of encourage you by not just by words, but showing up and giving you stuff that you need, the tools that you need along your journey to help you get to that place. And that's something I can truly say that's been a blessing for me because I didn't have in my own. If I wouldn't have had accountability in certain lanes, I don't know if I would have made it. I've had friends when I started speaking and getting out there, that was a scary step forward. But guess what? They walked beside me. Not only did they just encourage me, they helped me get my stuff together. They showed up and showed me the different tools. They took the time to help me in those places. And so I know if it worked for me, I want to make sure we can do that for you as well. All right. And so that is so important. Know you have people who wants your best interest in heart. And so you think about it, just dealing a little bit more on this accountability, having no accountability systems. That's another thing. It's not just having people, but when you think beyond this, the people, you want to make sure you have an ecosystem, the tools that's going to get you there, because it's one thing to have an idea and people who's cheering you on, but if you won't have a structure on what you're doing, then guess what? It may not happen as well as it could be if you had accountability systems and other tools that's going to help you along that process. As well, we have to make sure that we have brotherhood. This is our key ingredient. This is so important because a lot of times you want not to just have people who just going to speak to you how you're doing today, because we got that everywhere we go. You can go to your job and you have men who, how was the Cowboys or whoever your team is, and we talk small talk, but you want to have people who really have your best interests. You want to create a community of men who really want to know who you are and help you to get to who you want to be. And this is a key ingredient to brotherhood. It's about being able to network, being able to hear you on the good days and the bad days, to know what bothers you as well as what encourages you. We want to create that where we can grow together as a team, as a unit, a one movement team in the same direction. And that's important to know that you're going to get brotherhood. And that's what we're here for. But also, sometimes we don't even have a blueprint. Where do we start? It's not clear. It's muddy. And this is where it's important to have certain different tools, such as some different blueprints, because a lot of us, I don't know about you, but I've been guilty. You put together certain things and find out where I got extra screws, because guess what we didn't do? We didn't read directions. And so this is an important ingredient. We want to make sure we don't just talk a good game, but some of you like me, I need to see the proof. I need to see it written down in formula so I can be able to walk the plan and walk it out correctly. And so that's some of the key pieces that we have in our community. We have a system. We also have instructions. We also have papers, documents, and different things in different ways to make sure that you're on cue and you're on point to get to your place. So we have framework and things like that. It's going to help you to get to your destination. Also, sometimes, no honest feedback. I know we don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. There's a way to do this in a right way, and that's the beauty of it. But you have to be told the truth. If it's not working, if it's not there yet, I don't want to just tell you yes. We have to be honest with ourselves. First, you have to be honest with yourself, and then you have to be honest with others. And that's what we believe on. We don't believe in giving you fluff. We don't want to be brutally honest with you. We want to make sure we do it with care, but we want to be honest with you. And those are some of the key pieces that we're doing here. We want to give more towards you if you want to grow here. And so my thing is, again, if you want honesty and you don't mind somebody not telling you what you want to hear, and you tell someone who's going to tell you what you need to hear, drop that word honesty in the chat, and let's make sure we honest to each other. Be honest to yourself first, and then we're going to be honest with you. So let's go to the next slide. With that said, this is what Rise memberships solves. It does this because this is what we stand on. We stand on crystal clear clarity. What does that really mean? Like, what does that mean for you? It means we're not drifting. We're not just kind of just getting caught up in them for the moment, chasing after the next best thing. No, we're going to find out what it is that you call to, your purpose, what you really called to do. And guess what? We're going to dig down on that. Yes, it's going to be a lot of great things come your way, but sometimes we have to put that on pause to make sure we'll do the first thing first. And we're going to help you identify what that is. We call niche down. We're going to niche down on that thing, that person, that thing that you've been called to, and we're going to really help you to get to that destination. All right. And now with that, we're also going to build on iron discipline. I know that kind of hurt, because what is discipline? Discipline is doing what you need to do even when you don't want to. Sometimes we don't want the next person to tell us what to do. But in order to get to the place of where you need to, you have to have people who are instructing you and helping you to do what you need to do. Even yourself, you have to be disciplined within before someone on the outside can be disciplined towards you or with you. And so this is important because we're not trying to tell you what to do. We're trying to help you to get to your place, but you have to create certain things about self that's going to help you. And what we're not going to do, and please hear me, we're not going to just motivate you. We're going to inspire you to execute to that place where you're called to be. So it's going to take time to get this for some of us, but some of us may be able to run into that thing right now. But what you have to be willing to do more than anything is to be disciplined within. And so if you feel like discipline is your thing, it's like that word iron. Iron is solid. So make sure you be iron disciplined about who you are. All right. And not only that, we're going to help define your purpose. Again, the ultimate goal is purpose. Purpose is so important because you got to know the destination before you take off. Because you out there riding, you just joy riding. But we have a destination to get to. And you want to make sure you align for your assignment. In order for you to get to your destination, you have to know what that is before you take off. And so again, what we're aiming for is your alignment to get to there, to a least destructive way to get to your destination. So with that, I want you to focus on that word alignment. And what does that mean to you? It's being intentional. That's being directive and making sure that you're doing everything in order to get to that spot that you've been called to. And so we're going to make sure we're on one accord with you and being clear about our destination. And then also we're going to help you to be disciplined. Also, we're going to help you to get to that plan. That place is called purpose. And that's what we're all about. So that's what we help solve for you. Oh, yeah. And with that, I want to give you a little more detail of how all this comes together, because it sounds good on paper, right? It sounds good to the ear, but we have a strategy on what we're going to do day in and day out. We have several different pieces that we do to move the needle, but the key thing is we have a weekly Men on the Rise meeting. And what this meeting is actually starts off with a Zoom. And we meet every Monday, 8 p.m. on Zoom. We invite you wherever you are. We do it Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you are at that time, please check in because we do three components every time we come together. We educate, we expose, we also execute. We want to make sure we not only just talking a good game, but we also want to give you information that you may not be aware of. We have guest speakers. We have other individuals come in and share strategies, share techniques, and give you insight on how you can apply certain things to your life. But then on top of that, we give you some key pieces to take and move on. And so we want to encourage you and invite you to be a part of this community because that right there is going to be a great asset to you. Also, we have an accountability system where we are assigning brothers and different people to work alongside with you to help you to track your different commitments that you made to yourself. So make sure you walk these things out. We're not hiding. We're not making no excuses. We just want you to make sure you're reaching the goals that you have set for yourself. Also, we're going to have guest experts to come into the room who's going to share information from their proven systems. Sometimes we may have different individuals who may be clinical therapists, or we may have someone who's in the financial space, or we may have someone in different audiences. But we invite people to come in to share different things that's going to help us as men to be the best version of who we are. All right. Then we're going to have monthly power sessions. Come on, y'all. I don't know about you, but it means a lot when we're digging deep onto just different areas that's going to help us. Now, I don't know about you, but I've always realized if I want to be the best version of myself, I have to have someone who can teach me and show me how to get there. And that's called a coach. Now, for me, I'll make sure I keep a coach. I just got off the call with my coach here a little while ago. Why? Because I know I want to make sure I'm on my A game whenever I step into it. So if I'm a coach, I'm telling you that you need a coach. It might make sense to have one because I realize it's better to have someone who's been there or who can see further, to help you get to your destination. So I realize that's so important in order for me to walk into my place of purpose, which is be a great leader. I have to make sure I have a leader who can show me how to get there. And our key pieces is leadership. Leadership is influence. We all are influencing someone, whether positive or negatively. Even if you don't feel like you're a leader, you're leading something, even if you think you're not. But the key is being intentional on what that is for you. And so we want to help you to be disciplined, but also have healthy relationships and walk into that purpose so you have clarity and activity to help you get there. Leadership, again, is so important. So leadership challenges, we're going to be doing different things to grow in that area of leadership. This is so important because we realize it's okay to be the second. It's okay to be a follower. We all should. But when we are called to step up and to lead, we want to make sure we are ready when it's time calls. We want to make sure you are prepared for when you call to step into that next level or whatever that is for you, that you have the opportunity to do so. So we encourage you to make sure that you checking in when we do these challenges, that be present. I don't know about you, but it doesn't feel good, but it works out together for your good if you put challenge to yourself. When you stretch yourself, it will make sure it will help you to get to wherever you're aiming for. Also, resources and certain tools. So we're going to have worksheets, we're going to have frameworks, we're going to have templates. Again, we're going to have things that you can actually take and you can work through so it can be able to make sure you're getting the things done that needs to get done. And again, I don't like to say the word homework. My coach told me this. I don't give homework because I didn't like homework in school, but he liked to have growth work. So we're going to change that. So you may not have homework, but you're definitely going to have some growth work. This growth work is going to help you to make sure it comes to fruition. So put that word in the chat, growth work. All right. So this is going to help you to grow, to be your best version of yourself. Let's go to the next. Thank you. And also, we just got finished because we got right here at 8:00. We have a call because we're here on Monday, and we want to invite you to join that call with us. So definitely go ahead and tap in. Since we kind of short for time, I'm going to skip this one right here. We're going to talk about that one later, but you definitely want to make sure you tap in. So if you don't mind, drop that again on the screen for those who may want to join in. I did see that up here earlier, but let me go ahead and continue here. Real men, real transformation. Check this out. I don't know about you, but one thing you don't want to ever do is lie to yourself. You don't want to be fake to you because you're only fooling yourself. You're not fooling nobody else. But what you want to do is be true to you. And we're going to talk about that. What makes this difference? We have no ego. We're not yelling. We're not trying we're not the military like we are here. We're not doing that. But what we will do is walk with you. We will be firm. We will show you and love on you and be able to say, hey, brother, I understand we at whatever place in life. Where you been is not where you got to be, but we will challenge you. We will do it in a loving way, but also we're men. So we're not going to baby any man here. We're not stepping on excuses, and we ain't on that because we realize if you want to be great, it's up to you. You have to be in the driver's seat, and we're going to walk with you if you want to. But we're not going to beg you to do that, but we're going to also be there to help you through that. All right. So we're not going to do we ain't on ego. Keep that somewhere else, but we all about helping one another to be our best version with love. Also, we're not going to use no fake motivation. We ain't going to rah-rah, cheer you on and things like that just to get the hype crowd. No, we inspire. We use biblical principles to bring forth actual, factual life. That's what we build ourselves on. It's no hiding. We're not going to fake about it, but just think about it. If you want something built solid, you have to have something that inspires you. So we get into the aspiration. We get into biblical sayings and scriptures and things like that. We don't hide or we don't shy away from that because we built on that foundation that Christ centered. But what we do, we give you practical things because we want to build transformation. So if you about transformation, not just saying, hey, I'm on the mountain high. No, we're not on the mountain high. We live in this thing. We walk in this thing. We walking it out. So I want you to put that word transformation in your chat. Why? Because that's our destination. We want to be transformed, not just have a good moment, but we want to have a lifestyle that produces great fruit. We want to have a fruitful lifestyle, a life that's meaningful, a life that makes a difference, a life that changes every situation. Because when we walk in the room, we're the thermostat, not the thermometer. And so we're talking about real men doing the real work. We ain't taking shortcuts. We're going to challenge ourselves to step up and do what we need to do in order to get the results that we're asking us to get or want to get. Because guess what? It may not take all that, but you got to be willing to give all that. You have to be willing to go over and beyond what you have in you. You got to be willing to press even more because what you have in you, it needs all of you in order to get it. And so we're going to talk about what that looks like, but I encourage you to know you're not doing it by yourself. We in it with you. So let's go to the next slide. Now, this is what we built on. If you don't mind, slide that to the left a little bit if I can ready to read these. But we have 4 pillars. These 4 pillars, the first one is your identity. All right, I need you to blow it up a little bit bigger. It's all identity. You want to know exactly who you are so you can walk into who you call to be. The one thing is, and I heard it from my good friend Bishop T.D. Jakes, he said like this: never be a cheap copy when you be a great original. Like that. Put ID in the chat. ID. You want to know who you are. You want to know your identity. You want to be great at who you are, even if it's not who you think is the best. Because guess what? Don't underestimate who you are. When you think about it, every part of your body is important, even the things that you don't see. So you may be the thumb, you may be the pinky, you may be the nail, but it's important. Trust me, if one don't get to hurting, you're going to pay attention to it. So guess what? Your identity matters. Also, we want to walk again into discipline. That's another key pillar we stand on. We men. So ain't no babying over here. We gonna stand on discipline because guess what? It creates routine. It creates us to be able to execute on that what we know we called to be. Also purpose. Purpose is what we aiming for. We're gonna be in alignment with our assignment this year. Great thing. We are starting this year off. We're not doing a resolution, but it's creating a lifestyle of us walking to our purpose. Also leadership. We're intentional to know if it needs to happen, we are the ones to make it happen. We're the special ops. We're called for leadership, even if you feel like you never led anything before. Doesn't matter. And if you are a leader now, guess what? It's other room to grow. Just don't get comfortable because you may be doing it in your work, but are you doing it in your calling? Two different things, or it could be the same thing, but you want to make sure you align with that assignment if it's something different. And so we're going to challenge ourselves to be a leader in all aspects of life. Let's move to the next. No doubt. Well, definitely, I hope you guys are getting something good from this. If you can, scan that QR code in the top left, or either go to the information that you see on the bottom in your chat. And also at 8 o'clock, we're going to be jumping off of here and going to another call. And I'll invite y'all to join in. Men only now. Women don't slip up in there. But I'm just saying, men, if you know a man, you got a man, please actually invite him. Don't tell him, but invite him to join in with us. All right. So, men, all about you. I'm just go ahead and speak to the ladies. We got to make sure we invite. All right. We're going to leave it right there. We're going to get back to it. And also with this membership, we have a community. I know we use the word membership, but what we're looking at is a community. We're neighborly. We loving our neighbors. We checking to make sure if I can help you, that's what we're all about. We creating something where we're in it, not by yourself, but you're in it with a team of people who want to help each and every one of us to do our best. So we have a community. We also have structure. We're just saying how here just trying something and just doing whatever. We have structure of how we strategically moving, and we want to show how we move, and also want to encourage you to move in your systematically way where you have structure on how you accomplish what you're accomplishing. Also, we have accountability. We are accountable to ourselves and to others. Also, we're growing. I don't know about you, but with growth, I don't know if you ever planted something. You have growth where you water and you're taking care of the growth, but you also have to pull out the weeds. Some of us may be growing and wonder why we haven't walked into our gifting yet, because guess what? We also have to pull certain things out while we're growing. So it's two parts, growth, but also tending to the things that need to be worked on in order to make those things better, or sometimes take those things out. Also, we have coaching. We're going to have individuals who are going to help us in different times to get the help that we need, whether it's in your business, whether in your personal life, whatever that area of coaching. We're going to have individuals helping along the line with that. Also, we're going to lead by example. Leading by example. Sometimes I heard it like this: the best sermon ever preached was a lifestyle. It wasn't what someone said, but it was how someone led. And I think of it, and I stand on Matthew 5:16, which says, "So let your light so shine before men, which will see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." So let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. In other words, let you be the example, not your words, because people will follow what what they see, not what you say. And so if that resonates with you, let me put that word light in the chat, baby. Let's see what that says to you, because if that resonates with you, we want you to be the light in the room. We want you to shine so bright that everything resonates. It brightens the room. That's what we are. See the next slide, please. All right. I said all that to get right here, because this is where it all comes together. Because yes, we want you to be here. We want you to be here with whatever level you at. We want you to be here. Why? Because we understand you being in this space going to help us all to be better. But by being here, you have an opportunity to decide what level you want to be in this room. Now, if you can bring it a little bigger for me. Now, you have a QR code that's on the right side here. I want you to go ahead and scan that, because what that's going to do is going to take you to a place where you can get all the more detail of what we have here and be able to go ahead and position yourself, because today is a special day that you will not be able to have this opportunity tomorrow. After 12 o'clock tonight, this won't be the same. All right. So what I'm sharing with you right now, you have an opportunity today to be able to jump in on this membership at a steal of a deal. But I promise you, it's going to be worth it and some, because what we're going to give you will be a change of a lifetime. And if you think about it, what is that worth to you? What is it worth to know that who you've been called to be, we're going to walk beside you to get there? I don't know about you, but that's priceless. And you got an opportunity to do that right now. And so I want you to go ahead and blow that up so I can see it a little better. All right. And if you can, let it be across the bottom. And there you go. There you go. I can see it a little better now. All right. So we have the first one is the Rise Community. And what do you get? This is a free entry into the community. So regardless of what, we want you to be here. This looks like access to Monday men's calls. You have access to some of our Monday men's calls on a monthly. We will have different times where you can join in on those calls. but we want to know you will be able to connect with us. We will also have monthly motivational drops. So we have videos, different ways you can get information, maybe hit you through some audio or email or either text. So we're going to give you inspiration, not every day, but we will be giving you some different tools, some inspirations, quotes, and things like that. It's going to keep you in the game. A lot of times when we send those out, guys like, man, I needed that because I've been going through some life, and we get them and love on them and be surprised what it does. And so we want to make sure we give that to you. Also, we're going to have a community access. So we're gonna have opportunities to read great literature, books, and things like that. We're gonna share those different tools of how you can be able to keep expanding your mind. I don't know about you, but a lot of men say, "Hey, I haven't really read after school." But yes, guess what? You got to continue educating yourself, and we want to give you the help and do this together. Not just you by yourself, but we're gonna do this together. Also, we're going to have invitations and public challenges, even events. Quarterly, we're going to have different type of workshops, summits, and different things like that. But also, we're going to have conferences. We're going to have different type of events we want to invite you out to be in the part. Also, we're going to have different type of encouragement and leadership insights. We're going to have so many great tools that you can be a part of. Also, we're going to have extra early access to announcements. So whenever we're putting things out in the community, you're going to be hearing it first. We're going to be able to get an opportunity to plug in and connect yourself to those different things. Then at the next level, we have the Rise Access Pass. Wow, this is the first tier where it really is going to take you to that next level. And so here, you're going to get everything we just talked about in the free tier. Everything, all those different things. But even this is where it begins. The rubber meets the road. We're going to also give you a course, 72 great modules, where it's going to start putting information in front of you where you can do it at your own pace to learn about these different strategies, these different principles, the different ways that you can actually start putting the pieces together to walk into this thing called purpose. And so again, you don't have to rush through it. It's not a race. But what it is opportunities for you to take that one module and watch it over and over again till actually it becomes who you want to be. All right. So you have access to our course. Then we also have monthly master classes where you can actually get the help that you need in order to start working on those things that you're working towards. So you have opportunity to sit with your peers and other men that are actually going to give you some strategy because they maybe came out of a season that you're now walking in. So guess what? We're good to actually work together to figure things out. Not only that, you're going to have behind the scene content. And also, you're going to get exclusive perks. What does that look like? If it's working for us, we want to make sure you have access to those materials. If we find ways the content that we're using or vice versa, you have something that the next person needs, we want to make sure we're sharing, networking, and making sure everybody have access to the tools that can help you. Then we also have digital resources, worksheets, growth sheets, right? And also PDFs and other type of guides that actually can help you on your daily journey. So you don't want to just go out here and figure it out when we have the tools to help you work it out. No doubt. And then we also have our community groups. We're going to have a Facebook. Then we're going to have a go high level exclusive clubs and things like that. So you're going to have groups within the community that actually can be there on a regular basis. All right. And then you're also going to have weekly Rise Monday calls. So we're going to be moving some things around, but you will also make sure you secure your space and be on that weekly Monday call. All right. And so then from there, everything I just shared with you is a one-time today up to 12 p.m. 12 a.m. Say it again, 12 a.m. You heard it here. You're going to have access to this for $47 that's for life, a one-time fee. Now, after the night, if you choose to want this membership, it's going to be $19 a month, which equivalent to $228 a year. So for $47, you're going to get for one time, get it for $47. All right. Then after that, if you want to pay the yearly, that's going to give you 2 months free, which is $197. You can go that route as well, but jump on it now. So if you can, and I ask you, if you're a woman and you have a son, if he's within age of maturity, he can join it too. But We ask you to have young men who want to be there, not because they have to be there. They want to be there. All right. But we invite you to join now. And also, don't just do it for yourself. Call a friend. Call some of your partners and let them know, man, we need to do this together. If you know some guys who need to be in this community, let's tap it in. Invite them to it. Also, go ahead and scan that QR code. Let's get you done now. But also, it gets even gooder. Next, we have our leadership. We have the leadership. Those who, if you know you're a leader, if you want to be a leader, if you have a desire to really strengthen and grow yourself for growth, accountability, and also results, we invite you to this side, because this is where the rubber meets the road for sure. This is that side where you get all the other things, but now we also going to step it up even more. We also going to give you monthly accountability groups. These are where we really going to tap in and really going to stretch ourselves with those who want to be the creme of the creme. All right. Also, we're going to have guest speakers coming in. We're going to have some of the top people that we can find out there to really pour into us and share things that really going to help us move to our next level. So my coach actually worked side to side with some of the top leaders. I don't know if you ever heard of Eric Thomas, ET. He worked with him. That's who I brought in as being a coach. So I don't play around with, I'm looking to go to the next level to get the bottom of the bottom. No, you want to get the best of the best to work with you. And that's what I believe in positioning myself with, because guess what? I believe leaders breed leaders. And that's what I believe in, getting with the best of the best to help me to be my best. Then we also have partners and also other leading courses that we're going to be sharing with the group. And we're going to have other opportunities over time. And then we're also going to have different type of challenges, a 10-day, 15, 30-day challenges. But everything we're doing, not to hurt you, but to push and bring out the best of ourselves. And so we're going to have a closer niche group, which really going to be more connected with one another, so we can be able to walk this thing out together. Quarterly virtual men's summits. Come on, y'all. Whew, I don't know about you, but I've got some of my best insights and information by being able to be in the room with some key people. And so that's exactly what you get here. You're going to get a quarterly summit where you can be able to get some of the best information from the top people right there whether if you're home or wherever you are, you're going to be able to get some information that's going to change your situation. Then we're also going to have priority access to live events. Come on. So you may be in certain rooms that everybody don't get access to, because you've actually made an investment into yourself to put yourself in a space where say, I'm serious about my future. And then we also going to give discounts on different type of things like merch, books, and other programs that we're going to be having. And so you're going to get all this for the small fee of $97. Come on. If you're serious, let's go ahead and do it. I don't have to poke and prime you, because if that's you, you know that's you. There's no need to even play around with that. But if you take advantage of this before 12, this is yours for a lifetime. You don't have to pay it again. But if you don't get on that today, now if you do this, don't get on today for a year, for monthly, that's $49 a month. And if you think about that, what that equates over a year, that's going to be $588. If you want to pay for the yearly, that's going to be $497. But if you get on it today, $97 one time. You in it for life. So don't play with it. Get in here, because at 12 o'clock, we will go back to those regular prices. But I want to encourage you. We are serious about this year's being your year. And if you're serious about it being your year yourself, let's go ahead and make this happen. And let's make sure we share with others. Because if you love someone, guess what? You don't keep it to yourself. With that said, let's go ahead and make sure we transition on over to the next slide, because we got a call to get on. All right. Now we skipped the next slide. I got to get it to the class one. All right, here we go. Rise, lead, become the man you're called to be. I just want to say it like this. Join today. This is your time. This is your opportunity to make the rest of your life the best of your life. If you can, scan that QR code in the top left corner. And also, let's go ahead and walk this thing out together. Put the code in again for tonight so everybody can see that. And we're going to see you at the top. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to come and be a part of this right here, because guess what? If you like what you've seen here, we want to make sure you have an opportunity to stay here. Thank y'all so much. I hope y'all have a phenomenal night, and we'll see you. Great night.